When you have balanced knowing with not knowing and not needing to know, the ordinary arrogance of the mind, which, by the way, I think Genesis warns us against. There's a most unlikely line in the creation story of the Jewish people where Yahweh tells them, if you eat of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, you will most surely die. Now, that's a really shocking statement. I had 4 years of moral theology. I got a degree in eating of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Do you understand? And I think it was a warning to tell a religion, you better be humble about your knowledge of who's right and who's wrong, who's in and who's out. Warning right in the first chapters of the Bible against eating of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Well, we've been eating of it for centuries, voraciously. And when you only have the cataphatic way, certitude, clarity, concepts and opinions about which I can be right and you can be wrong, you have the death of darkness, non-knowing. I have to say the only place where that was consistently taught was in the mystics. The mystics, they revel, people like John of the Cross and Teresa of Avila, they revel in the language of darkness. They called it learned ignorance. Learned ignorance. Isn't that interesting? The freedom not to have to know, in fact, gives space around your knowing that allows you to move to the heart, to the intuitive. But this arrogance around knowing pretty much has controlled the field. I'm sure you've heard that line that if you want to tell a lie and get away with it, tell a really big lie. We've had some evidence of that in the last year, And ironically, people are more ready to believe really big lies than little ones. I don't know the logic of that, but that was certainly true in the whole degeneration of the biblical notion of faith. When faith meant comfortably not knowing, and we turned that around 180 degrees into being certain about everything, which has reached its low point in what we call fundamentalism, which is not just true in Christianity, but really it's resurged in all of the major world religions. In this confused and confusing world, the need for certitude, so I know that I'm on solid ground and I'm purposeful and smart, that's where we're at. And I think why so much organized religion in general, Christianity in particular, has just lost the respect of a lot of, and when I use the word thinking people, I'm not meaning they got to be highly intelligent or academic, but just people who are using what I'd call Christian common sense. But we weren't trained in Christian common sense, We were trained in ideology which overrode the heart, the intuitive, the communal, the unitive.